got our NFL winners and losers for the divisional round. Me and Mario did the same thing like we did last week with the wild card. We basically came up with winners and losers that we both would agree with. Given that there isn't that many games and that many players left to consider winners and losers. So we summed it up to 6 that we would agree upon. So with that said, Mario, you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, Mario did the winners, he'll do those. So I got you with the losers, and my number one loser is Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know what happened to him, dude. He went 14 for 24 completion attempts, 162 yards, no touchdowns, excuse me, and an interception. I get he was playing the Buffalo Bills and everything, and that team's very, very good. There's just no question in that. But you needed to step up for your team, man. You really did. And he didn't, he only threw 162. I can't remember what he did on rushing. Mario, you can probably correct me with that if you must. Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson isn't necessarily known for being a passing quarterback. He's a rushing quarterback. But either way, you still got a job to do, and he didn't really do it well. No one on that team got a touchdown. The only points that were scored for the Ravens was a field goal, and that was it. And that's just a very disappointing performance, especially in the playoffs. A team that had a lot of hope this year and just didn't do anything. And speaking of field goals, I want to get to my second loser, Justin Tucker. He's my next loser. I'm gonna tell you why. He only made 1 out of 3 of his field goals. That's all he did. They didn't score a touchdown, so he couldn't get extra points. And as long as field goal, I think was 34 yards. I think that's how long that was. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was either 34 or 37, one of the two. I know he didn't have that many attempts at the field goal. I understand that, all right? But you can't be missing field goals. It's that simple. It's that simple. When you have the opportunity, especially when you're one of the best kickers, if not the best kicker in the league, you cannot be missing these field goals. To see Justin Tucker missing 2 out of 3 of his field goals is so rare. You don't see that a lot at Justin Tucker. And people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, the weather had something to do with them, whatever." Well, yeah, guess what? It gets cold in Baltimore too. So I don't know. I don't see it as an excuse. I think he had a job to do. I know it was very limited, but he didn't take advantage of that limited opportunity. Because of that, he is a loser on my list. And my last loser, I mean, I'm not sure if Mario will agree with me on this. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys will agree with me on this. Jalen Ramsey is a loser. I'm going to tell you why. 4 tackles all game, talking all that. Look, man, I get it. All right, you were facing the Green Bay Packers, all right, but you had a lot of hope going. You had a lot of hope and potential going into this game against the Green Bay Packers. I get it. They have one of the best, if not the best, offenses in the league. But you had one of, if not the best, defenses in the league to counter that, right? So you would think that on the corner you would, do your job and do it well. I mean, you've covered some of the best wide receivers. I'll just name a couple, like DK Metcalf. He did that. He covered him pretty damn well. I think he did the same thing to Mike Evans. He had him on lockdown pretty damn well too, and he's one of the better receivers in the game too. So I don't know why you couldn't do that with the Packers. I'm not sure if he was having an off game or the weather had something to do with it, whatever. But because of that, and not to mention Jalen Ramsey is one of the leaders on this Rams defense. He's not the leader, of course, but he does lead the way in a way for this Rams defense. And just to have 4 tackles throughout the entire game, no sacks, no tackles for losses, no interceptions, no passes defended. I mean, I don't know, man. People may not disagree with me on that, but if you're leading the way on defense, you gotta perform a little better. I mean, everybody does really, but you really look at it. I mean, the leader's got to perform, and he did not perform. So because of that, he's my last loser on this list.
All right, so I'll start off with Lamar Jackson because that was your first loser, right? I completely agree with you. Lamar Jackson did not have a good game, and on top of that, he had 9 rushes, 34 yards, which was an average of, I want to say, about a little bit under 9 rushes, 34 yards. That's probably a little bit under 3.4 yards per carry. Correct?
Yeah, I would say a little under 3.
Yeah, they're saying, oh no, 3.8. Excuse me, it's a little bit over 3.4 yards. 3.8 yards per carry. So, yeah, it's not what we expect out of Lamar Jackson. See, here's the thing. Usually Lamar Jackson, when he has like 150 yards passing, he'll have like another 100 rushing. He didn't have that. Okay, the Buffalo Bills made sure, and they did a spectacular job of stopping Lamar Jackson from having any rushing success and from making sure that when his rushing wasn't going well, that his passing wasn't going to go well either. You know, they just kept going. They just kept coming at him. They were patient. They didn't automatically attempt to tackle, because you see a lot of guys with Lamar Jackson, when they get close to him, right? They automatically just rush into the tackle. They rush into the sack, and he ends up making them look silly. The Buffalo Bills didn't do that. The Buffalo Bills stayed in front of him, gave him even gave him time to make a choice, and by the time, and he just couldn't do anything. You know why? Because they surrounded him. They surrounded him like hyenas with a wild animal. Lamar Jackson was the wild animal, and I know hyenas are wild animals, but Lamar Jackson is the endangered animal. The hyenas are the Bills defense, and that's exactly what they did. They swallowed him up the whole game. Lamar Jackson didn't have a good game, and that's obvious, and he absolutely deserves to be a loser for this week. But again, Lamar Jackson does have a bright future, and I do wish him the best of luck, especially now since he's eliminated from the playoffs. Now, your number 2 loser was Justin Tucker. I absolutely agree. And going back to the thing you said about the weather, a lot of people are going to be like, it was cold and it was windy in Buffalo. I understand that. But what are those 3 hours before the game? What are those for? To prepare you and so you know exactly how the wind is going to shift, exactly how cold it is. And I understand weather changes throughout the time zone. I understand that completely. But here's the thing. You're supposed to get as much practice as possible. I'm not saying Justin Tucker didn't practice, but what I'm saying is this. Justin Tucker did a bad job at adjusting. You missed the first field goal, it hits the what do you call it? The pole. Fine, no problem. So how about aim a little bit less from what you did the last time, just a little bit, and kick it that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Justin Tucker adjusted right. And that's what I think cost the Baltimore Ravens a win too, is Justin Tucker not being able to adjust his kick correctly. And Justin Tucker, I think, will go down as a Hall of Fame kicker. I think when it's all said and done, I think Justin Tucker is a Hall of Famer, without a doubt. He's been one of the best kickers for years and years to come. But now I'm kind of seeing the decline coming for Justin Tucker. He's missed a few this year, and he's missed more this year than I think I've ever seen him miss in my entire life. And that's saying something. So with that being said, I do wish Justin Tucker the best of luck. I love watching Justin Tucker kick. I think he's one of the most exciting kickers in the NFL, and I hope he has a long career, but I'm starting to see the decline. And last but not least, Jalen Ramsey. See, I don't agree Jalen Ramsey should be a loser. I understand what you're saying, but again, you also got to remember, if he only had 4 tackles, the guy he was locking down must have not got them. It could be possible they didn't get the ball, too. Because usually, let me put it this way, Nate. If I throw to a guy 12 times, right? Or if I throw to a guy 12 times, right? He catches the ball, gets tackled, right? Let's suppose each catch is 10 yards, okay? And after 10 yards, he gets tackled. You have 10 tackles, but the guy has 120 yards, too. If you understand what I'm saying. Oh, look at it, Jalen Ramsey only had 4 tackles, or you can look at it as Jalen Ramsey locked this guy down. Now, I think if you want to put the Rams corners as losers, I completely agree with that. They didn't do a good job. And like I said, Davante Adams was going to be a shifty guy. It wasn't going to be Davante Adams versus Jalen Ramsey the whole game. And it wasn't. It was going to be, because Davante Adams moves a lot more than any guy that Jalen Ramsey's ever played. You know what I'm saying? Usually receivers, they'll line up in front of Jalen Ramsey, and it'll be them versus them the entire game. Davante Adams ain't like that. Davante Adams is going to do whatever he can to get the mismatch. Simple as that. If it means Davante Adams aiming at a linebacker, so be it. If it means him aiming at a safety, so be it. If it means him even starting off with his regular corner and busting him out, it's Davante Adams is going to do it. Davante Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the game. And he only had 9 receptions for like 69 yards, something like that, or 68. So when you really look at it, Davante Adams really didn't have a good game. He had a touchdown, but he really didn't have like a great game like we're expected to see Davante Adams have. So, I mean, with that being said, I don't agree with Jalen Ramsey being a loser, but I understand why you put him on there, too, especially the fact that like he wasn't getting no passes defended, but that could also mean they weren't throwing his way. And Alan Lazard had a great game and he did a great job. But I can understand why you put Jalen Ramsey on him. I just think there had to be somebody else this week that did worse. But I mean, best of luck to Jalen Ramsey. He's a great corner. That day the Packers just had his number and the Rams number. And with that being said, the losers list isn't bad. It's a good list. But with that being said, now it's back to the offseason early, and you gotta Fix your mistakes.
I agree.
Now, since we got the losers out of the way, let me announce my winners, okay? So, first winner was Travis Kelce. Okay, Travis Kelce had 8 receptions, 109 yards, and a TD, and the Chiefs' 22-17 win versus the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, let me start with Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is an amazing tight end. Okay, you know this name, I know this name. Anybody who watches the NFL knows that Travis Kelce is a great tight end. I think he is the best tight end in the game. You know what I'm saying? It was between him and George Kittle, and George Kittle kind of got hurt. But Travis Kelce's been doing this for quite some time now, and he's had a nice healthy build too. So he hasn't really gotten hurt a lot. And Travis Kelce has just been doing his thing for so long now. And so with that being said, Travis Kelce is definitely the best tight end in the game. He's definitely, I think, I'm going to be honest, I think he's the number one piece on that Kansas City Chiefs team besides Patrick Mahomes, obviously. But I think he's Patrick Mahomes' number one wide receiver, number one receiver. I don't think it's Tyreek Hill. I think it is Travis Kelce. I think number 2 is Tyreek Hill. And I think Patrick Mahomes is suddenly starting to Patrick Mahomes will throw to who's open, but I think he's suddenly starting to realize Travis Kelce is probably the best tight end in the game, and I need to take advantage of that because I have one of the best tight ends in the game. You understand what I'm saying? Like Brady even said this. Brady even realized the same thing with Gronk. Even though he had Edelman, he realized the same thing. I have one of the best tight ends in the game. Let me utilize that. So with that being said, Travis Kelce is my first winner. Number 2 is Devin White on the Tampa Bay Bucks. In the 30-20 win that the Bucks beat the New Orleans Saints, Devin White had 11 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception for 28 yards, and a fumble recovery. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The Buccaneers might have the best linebacking core in the game. They might have the best linebacking core in the game. I think they have the most underrated linebacking core in the game. When you look at Devin White, when you look at Levante David, it's hard to deny those two. Those two are game changers on defense. And we talk about the Bucs offense and how they have Brady and how they have Godwin and Ronald Jones and Mike Evans and Gronk and they have and Antonio Brown. We talk about what they have on offense, but we don't talk about what they have on defense. We don't talk about Sean Murphy Bunting, who's an absolute stud at corner. We don't talk about Antoine Winfield, who might be a top 3 defensive rookie of the year. We don't talk about Devin White. We don't talk about Levante David. We don't talk about Jason Pierre-Paul having one of the best seasons in his career, even though he's pushing age. We don't talk about Dominic Sue. We don't talk about all. You understand what I'm saying? We don't talk about all these guys that the Bucs have on defense. And I'm going to say it firsthand and foremost. I was wrong about the Bucs. You and me were both wrong. We thought they were going to have a 9-7 season at best, maybe make the playoffs and get kicked out. That didn't happen. Now to go into the NFC Championship. So now it's time for us to, I got to give apologies to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We thought this wasn't going to be a good team because of star power. But surprisingly, the star power on that team was able to kind of take a backseat and realize, look, this is a team. And I know Antonio Brown ain't going to be the best wide receiver in the game. I know Mike Evans is going to have a game, but he's also got to share that ball with Chris Godwin. We know all this. We know how many stars they have on that team. But they were Leonard Fournette as well. I got to give him credit. He took a backseat to Ronald Jones. So with that being said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play the Green Bay Packers this week. And, I mean, best of luck to both teams. But I'm going to say this. The centerpiece to that Buccaneers defense, I think, is Devin White. And Devin White is absolutely an amazing linebacker. And congratulations to him on his success with the Bucs. And last but not least, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers went 23 out of 36, 296 yards and 2 TDs. Look, Aaron Rodgers had a great game. It was between him and Josh Allen, but I think he had better stats than Josh Allen. And I'm going to put it that way. Barely, but congrats to Josh Allen, but special congrats to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did a great job against the Los Angeles Rams. It was the most lopsided game this round. You know what I'm saying? The Browns and the Chiefs were close. The Bucs and the Rams were close. The Bills and the Ravens, they weren't close. It was like a 14-point game. But you could see the Bills kind of took momentum towards later on in the game. But the Packers just had their foot on the gas and just ran with it. And I think a big credit to that was Aaron Rodgers being relentless on offense. So with that being said, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers on a magnificent season, an MVP caliber season, and best of luck to him in this round. Your thoughts?
Yeah, let me just go over your winners. Travis Kelce was your first one. Yeah, man. I mean, it's not every day you get to see a tight end putting up triple-digit yards with multiple touchdowns a day. I mean, I said this with Darren Waller when he was doing his thing with the Raiders in the season. So I mean, congratulations to Travis Kelce. He's without a doubt he's a Hall of Famer. Without a doubt, I'm pretty sure if he were to retire right now, he would go to the Hall of Fame in the next few years. But he's not going to do that because he has more to prove, and to him, and I think he does too. So congratulations to Devin White. He was one of my winners before in the regular season too. I mean, this dude's just crazy, man. And I'm pretty sure he had something similar the last time I had him as a winner. Like you said, 11 tackles, a tackle for loss, interception, a fumble recovery. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, dude. That's something you expect heavy out of defenses, and those tackles for losses, those interceptions, those fumbles, and the fumble recoveries, and the pass, the defending passes, and all of that. It's a lot that you expect from a defense, but it's something that they have to do. And Devin White stepping up, getting over 10 tackles, and in that having a tackle for loss, interception, and a fumble recovery too. He's a key piece to why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers powered themselves through the New Orleans Saints, who everyone thought was going to power through the Buccaneers, which never happened. So congratulations to Devin White as well. He's one of the most underrated linebackers in the league, in my opinion, and I'm just glad that he's succeeding in Tampa Bay. As for Aaron Rodgers, I don't got much to say about him, dude. MVP. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be upset if he doesn't win the MVP. I don't know how I'd feel really because it's not my team, so it's like I'm not really gonna budge. But Aaron Rodgers is just Aaron Rodgers, and last year it's different, all right, because Aaron Rodgers was like everybody looked at him, right? He was like everybody saw looked like he was declining. I mean, was he good? Yeah, but was he eye popping? No. And what I think really happened that got Aaron Rodgers to be number one on the MVP list is drafting Jordan Love. Now, I'm going to tell you why, all right? That probably pissed him off. The fact that they looked at him in the last couple of years. It was like, this dude's getting old. He's probably not going to have a lot of years left in him. So let's go draft a quarterback, right? They draft a quarterback in Jordan Love, who obviously might end up becoming the successor of Aaron Rodgers. And if he does, I think he'll be a damn good quarterback because he's learning from one of the best. But it's not about Jordan Love. So when that happened, right, this dude was like, they really drafted a quarterback, right? I'm pissed now. And then he does this. He goes from declining to just 20 years old all over again. Like it never happened. I think the Packers drafting Jordan Love is the reason why Aaron Rodgers is an MVP around. You know what? I got to give him credit because he's proved a lot of players at the age of 37, when they see their successor coming in, they don't, like, at that point, they don't have the firepower to prove themselves. Aaron Rodgers still got it. Like, we all, like, I was a pretty big doubter of Aaron Rodgers last year. I thought he was on his final years. But when that happened and he started becoming an MVP, I stopped doubting him because he's Aaron Rodgers. So with that said, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers for making it to his NFC Championship game. It's the first one he's hosting at Lambeau Field, by the way, of all the ones he's been to. This is the first time it's going to be hosted at Lambeau Field with Aaron Rodgers as the starting QB. Congratulations to everybody on this list. You know, good luck to them in the championship games. And we'll report to you back on Friday with those games.